Hey guys, we're here at the Ultimate Combat Training Center for the underage show tonight. What do you think?
I think you can just feel the electricity in here. I think we're in for a good night of fights.
Man, every time they have the underage show, it is phenomenal. I love it. I love coming to the underage show. You can feel the vibrations. Everybody here is super stoked. These are the guys that don't usually get to go to the fights, you know? They get left out because either they're under 21 or they don't like the club scene. And the fighters, you know, they might be a little bit younger. But because they only get one shot every 3 or 4 months, they come in here and they pour their hearts out.
They do. They pour their hearts out. And I mean, like I said, you can just feel the energy. And this is such a great venue, too. I love coming to the fights at the Ultimate Combat Training Center. I think we're in for a real treat tonight.
All right, stay tuned, folks. Ultimate Combat Experience coming at you.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Ultimate Combat Experience starts now.
Warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight.
Coming up in your next fight, we've got Ronnie Rogers going up against Tory Mann. I saw Ronnie out in the parking lot before the fight smoking a cigarette. Not a good sign. But, hey, you know what? He looked really excited to get in here. He was just so, he ran all the way across the parking lot and said, guess what, man? I'm fighting tonight. I said, right on, dude. So we'll see how it turns out. What do you know about his opponent?
Tory Mann, I heard him talk in the back room. He says he's got 3 years of some sort of Kempo, and he's been training here at the UCTC for the last 2 weeks. So a couple small guys, 130 pounders. This ought to be an interesting fight.
All right, stay tuned for a great fight.
Well, you know, Ronnie Rogers looks like he smokes a pack a day.
At least pack a day, Mike.
He does smoke a pack a day. Man, I've seen him out front of the building several times today. And this is what he called his pre-fight warm-up. He was sucking in smoky air.
Nice. Well, Ronnie Rogers, 5'9", 124 pounds, Salt Lake City, Utah.
Just about the size of a Marlboro Red, right?
Or at least a pack of Marlboro Reds. You know?
All right. Well, Tory Mann, he calls himself nobody, but says he's done a little Kenpo karate in his past to get ready for his visit here to the cage in the Ultimate Combat Experience.
Well, let's hope it pays off for him, Mike. You know, a little Kenpo, it's a little more traditional martial arts. Usually doesn't do too well.
I will take Kenpo over Marlboro any day of the week.
Yeah, true. You know, I kind of put my foot in my mouth there, but
although Ronnie Rogers has had some limited success here in the cage, he's got a win. I think he's got a lot. So he's got a big KO win, and looking for a big KO again here tonight as he comes out just swinging for the fences.
You know, one thing I've noticed about Ronnie in his previous fights, nice head throw, by the way. You know, one thing I've noticed about him in his previous fights, he throws some pretty big leather for being such a small guy, Mike.
What part about that head throw was nice? I'm just curious.
Well, he took him down.
It didn't look like a head.
He's doing his beautiful headlock now, if that helps.
Yeah, the old Squeezerooski is in full force. Now, Dave Selyustad seems to get a little extra animated when these guys are little.
Yeah, I think we talked about this one time before. You know, he sees them that they're smaller. He knows he can push them around and intimidate them.
Well, he went in and called this kid names, and boy, looks like Tory Mann just got caught with a shot and ducked his head, but then Ronnie Rogers quickly returned the favor.
Yeah, I think Ronnie was trying for that head throw again and did it more the way I think you saw the first one going and just ended up on his back there, Mike.
Yeah, I don't know it's a head throw. That's just a grab and toss or something, you know, but hey, whatever works for you. And, well, it looks like he might have been squeezing Tory Mann's head pretty good. It's turning purple right there.
Yeah, you know, I've said it before, I'll say it again. A lot of these guys come in with limited ground experience, and they just keep going to that headlock again and again. You know, he's not going to finish Tory with this thing. I mean, he might cause him a little bit of discomfort, but in the end, it's just going to gas him.
I hate to say that, though. I have seen finishes from there, though. So
I mean, it does happen, but that usually
depends on the level of competition that you're talking about.
Yeah, and usually it also goes to speak for the heart of the individual that taps, too.
It doesn't necessarily appear to me as though Tory Mann's super familiar with position, although he hasn't wound up in the guard of Ronnie Rogers, but I don't think that's because Ronnie has been trying to pull guard.
No, he's just been squeezing away. And, you know, hey, apparently it paid off for him. He was able to roll him over onto his back.
Well, it looks like the double squeezerooski here, though.
The double squeezerooski, the north-south squeezer.
Well, there you go. And
you see a little bit of blood on the back of Ronnie Rogers. Wonder if that's coming from Tory from that big punch that he landed a little bit earlier.
Quite possibly. Quite possibly.
It's kind of hard to tell from this position, being as how they're squeezing the heads of each other. So
well, it looks like Tory is about to ready to take a nap under there, and Dave saw you said poking his head under there, see if he's okay, and he gave him the, I guess the nods, head up or
the
thumbs up or whatever.
Thumbs up or something like that.
He gave him the nod saying, yes, I am still conscious under here. Right there, a knee to the head, though. That's illegal, and you know Dave's going to give him a piece of his mind about that one.
Well, he wasn't too aggressive about it. He didn't jump and throw him or anything. It looks like he's being pretty calm this time.
Dave maybe is on a bad batch of steroids this month.
Something, Mike. Either that or he didn't get his coffee today.
Something. Well, that was actually, you know, a pretty solid shot to the head there that Tory Mann took. But it looks like he's okay. He's bouncing around pretty good, and sounds like he's about ready to rock and roll, get it back into the fisticuffs. Here we go. Dave said, let's get out here, touch gloves, and let's get rock and rolling. And boy, there you go. Ronnie Rogers swinging for the fences again and landing 2 or 3 pretty solid shots right there.
You know, I'm actually impressed with this Tory kid. He's eating quite a few shots, but he was just trading back and forth. You know, he went to a little bit of a head grab and didn't really work out too well for him, but he was trading off just as much as Ronnie was, and that's pretty good for someone in their first fight in the cage.
Okay.
You know, it's something I definitely like to see myself.
Well, now he's given up position, and Ronnie Rogers has mount, and he seems like he wants to sit up in here and throw some big bombs. Not super conscious of limbs that are kind of presenting themselves to him, though. He could be putting an arm lock on. I think he's just looking to bomb away on this kid with just a couple seconds left in the round. Looks like we're going to see a round number 2, but both these guys are pretty tired and not really getting in a hurry to get back to their corners.
Yeah, I think Ronnie's still laying on the ground there. Too many Marlboros before the fight.
Well, right now, instead of a water bottle, he needs a pack of Marlboros to refresh him. Well, looks like Dave is waving this one off, and I'm not sure why. Well, right there, looks like Tory Nobody Man wins by default. Old Ronnie Rogers went back to his corner and never came back out.
Yeah, apparently he's just too gassed or something. Too many cigarettes before the fight.
Skull Candy, the official headphones of the UCE. Check out their complete line of headphones and accessories at skullcandy.com.
All right, I'm sitting here with nobody, Tory Mann. Tory, dude, that was a good fight, man. You guys were going back and forth, and he hurt his shoulder, couldn't come out. Your eye is pretty swollen, you know, it looks pretty good. How do you feel about that, man?
It hurts.
It hurts. How old are you again, man?
18.
18, is that the first time you've busted in the face that hard?
In a way, in the cage, yes, definitely.
Definitely in the cage. All right, man, you gonna come back and do this again?
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, everybody, give it up for Tory Mann.
Thanks.
Looked like Ronnie Rogers was winning the fight, and maybe those cigarettes did him in.
You know what? That's, I think, the first official UCE anti-smoking ad right there. You know, he was, like you said, he was doing so well, and then he just, at the end, he had to worry about coughing up a lung. Stay away from tobacco, kids.
More of the Ultimate Combat Experience coming up. All right, we got another guy from Team Unbreakable coming out. We'll see if they can stay unbroken tonight. Jesse Boyd in your next fight, going up against who, Yamasaki?
Cesar Santiago, a fighter out of the Ultimate Combat Training Center. Not the most seasoned fighter or experienced guy, but you know what? He's ready to rock. He's here to fight, and this is going to be a good fight.
All right, we'll stay tuned for some MMA action.
I don't know about you, Mullet, but I'm tuned in for some MMA action. We're going to see some heavyweight MMA action. We haven't seen this in a little while. They call this guy the Big Easy. Jesse Boyd training down there with Unbreakable, as Brian Brandon just mentioned, but he's coming up from Nephi. That's a long ways away.
Yeah, it is. Jesse Boyd, 6'2", 209 pounds. Like you said, Team Unbreakable. The Big Easy. I don't know if he's going to be that easy for Cesar Santiago.
La Pelona, Cesar Santiago's got duct tape on his ears.
That's what happens when you get those big gauges. You got to close them off somehow. Cesar Santiago, 5'11", 240 pounds. Ground and pound, also out of UCTC.
Ground and pound is kind of what he's listed himself. I don't see him 240. I think that might have been a misprint there, because actually Boyd looks bigger than he does. But anyway, we'll see on that just a little bit later. But Cesar Santiago is kind of a stand-up fighter. I don't know, he calls himself ground and pound. I've never seen him work on the ground.
Well, nice little touch of the gloves, and whoa, big guys hitting the cage with a lot of weight there.
And they came right back off that cage like a pinball, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Cesar, I see him doing a little bit of stuff on the ground. Granted, it's from the bottom, but he's doing a little bit of stuff on the ground right now with Jesse Boyd.
Well, what stuff's he doing? And that's giving up full mount, and that's not something you want to do, and those are some big shots.
Yeah, Jesse Boyd seems to be pretty versed on the ground here. He doesn't seem to be having any problem getting that full mount and just teeing off on
I'll tell you what, he sure has pretty good position, does Jesse Boyd, and he really is laying some big shots right here.
And he's doing a good job just staying on top, letting Cesar roll underneath him, staying on that top position, trying to get his hooks in right now.
He's got his hooks in. He's got a pretty deep choke on, too, and this fight just might be over.
There it is.
Sure is. All right, Dave Sully said very gentle as he broke up those two big guys, wasn't he?
Well, they're big guys. He doesn't want to make them upset. He's a big guy, but these guys seem a little bit bigger. He might be a little intimidated.
Right there, you see Jesse Boyd getting a big win in his first fight. Pretty happy about it, as well he should. And now Cesar Santiago might be a little bit disappointed, but that's the way it goes, man. You got to go back to the drawing board and learn some ground game to go along with your stand-up, because this is mixed martial arts.
MMA, buddy, MMA. But hey, big win for Jesse Boyd. It's gonna be
big win
good.
for the Big Easy.
Big Easy.
Zoats has the most delicious sunflower seeds anywhere. Check out Zoats.com for a complete list of flavors.
All right, I'm standing here with the Big Easy, Jesse Boyd. Yeah. Nice. All right, man. Hey, that was an awesome fight, man. You guys, right at the beginning, real back and forth for like about 2 seconds, and then all of a sudden you had him on the ground and you kind of just imposed your will on him, man. How did that feel?
Felt great.
Felt great. Is there anybody you want to thank tonight?
Thank all of our support out here. I'd like to thank Aaron Garcia and Damian and all of our sponsors, Sequoia Sports, Hard Rock Incorporated, Best Steel Springs, Los Amigos, good food over there, and Economy Floors.
This guy's got so many sponsors, he has to read them off his shirt because he can't memorize them. That is outstanding, man. Hey, he said he wants a rematch. You thinking you're going to do it?
Anytime.
Anytime. Nice. All right, man. Hey, thanks a lot for coming out tonight, man. You were outstanding. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Next up, a middleweight bout between Nick Martinez and
Ruben Carlos, first-time fighter representing the UCTC, fighting on his home turf tonight. I noticed Tommy Gunn was his warm-up partner, training partner, coach guy in the back room, so he's got some good guidance there, and hopefully he can pull it out tonight.
I was actually wrapping his hands, and I was privy to some of that pre-fight discussion, and what a lucky guy. It's really kind of invaluable to have someone of Tommy Gunn's experience whispering in your ear, hey, you're going to do a great job, I believe in you, you're going to do great, and I'm excited for this fight. On the other hand, Nick Martinez out of Team Unbreakable, they always bring tough fighters. So far, I don't think they have been broken. Here we go, middleweight, no holds barred, coming at you.
Well, it is nice to have somebody experienced in your corner, and both these guys do, actually. Nick Martinez has Aaron Garcia with the Team Unbreakable crew down there, and Malibu Nick, as they call him. They say he's just been doing this a week and a half.
That's
so
it, Mike?
Very, very novice. Yeah.
Nice. Well, Nick Martinez, 6'2", 285 pounds, out of Payson, Utah. Again, Team Unbreakable. These guys are intense, Mike. I'm looking forward to this one.
Now, talk about intense. The soldier, Ruben Carlos, I really like this guy. He's just a great kid to have around the gym, and he's super excited to get his first taste of mixed martial arts inside the cage tonight as well.
Nice. Ruben Carlos, 5'10", 185 pounds, out of Taylorsville. Again, fighting UCTC. It goes by the soldier. This is going to be a good fight, Mike. I'm actually looking forward to this one.
Yeah, he's excited about it as well. Giving up a little bit of reach disadvantage is Ruben Carlos, the much taller Nick Martinez. And Nick looks like he's pretty comfortable inside the cage. Again, this is a guy that's said to have just been training for about a week now.
Well, maybe it's that spine tattoo he's got going on. Maybe that's what's giving him a little bit of confidence in the cage here, but he looks pretty comfortable.
I don't know. I'll tell you what, anybody can endure that kind of pain. They're no stranger to it, certainly, and can probably endure a little bit of pain here in mixed martial arts. Now you see Nick Martinez fighting southpaw. Nice takedown there, though. Maybe he's got a bit of a wrestling background.
That was pretty good. He took advantage of the soldier stepping in a little bit. As soon as he dropped his hand after that jab, he just swooped in, picked him up, dropped him down. And really good job taking that full mount, too. And started to land some punches.
Yeah, those are some pretty big shots, Very nice stuff. Well, Nick Martinez crossing his feet, but he turned it into a figure four. This kid's got a little more experience than a week.
Yeah, there's no way he's only a week and a half, because I was about to make a comment about him crossing his legs, and then, like you said, he all of a sudden just pulls into the figure four.
He's a very fast learner.
Yeah, a week and a half my butt, Mike.
Okay. Well, nonetheless, I mean, he's got Ruben in a pretty bad spot here, and sinking that choke on very, very tight. Ruben Carlos is in a bad position.
Yeah, at the moment, it doesn't look like the choke's on too tight. It looks like it's more got some of his chin than it does got his throat.
But buddy, he's got the rest of this round. He's very, very early, and this is going to be a long time for Ruben to be trying to fight off a choke.
Definitely, Mike. All he has to do is really keep kind of working for it and readjusting, slight readjustments, and I think he's going to get that choke, Mike.
Well, you see Ruben is doing a great job of trying to valiantly fight this off, but the adjustments that are being made here by Nick Martinez are not from a guy that's just been training a week, I can tell you.
No.
He is making the very minor adjustments. He's not panicking. He's not rushing. He's not trying to do anything hastily. I'm very, very impressed with this kid.
Definitely doing the right thing there, just letting go of the choke for a minute, start hitting some punches, try and open up so you can go back for what might end up working for you.
Yeah, he's got great position. He's got that figure four on tight, and there you go. Yeah. Couple that with, he just started cranking on that neck, and Ruben Carlos said, hey, man, I ain't getting out of here.
Yeah, definitely. And even if the choke wasn't on, you could see how he was arching based on that, just from that figure four.
That's the one nice thing about MMA is that you can tap out and you can come back and do this again. And Ruben Carlos came out, gave it a hell of an effort. But tonight was Malibu Nick Martinez's night, and once again, a very, very happy fighter from Team Unbreakable there.
I'm telling you, Mike, those Unbreakable guys are something else. I love seeing these guys come down here.
Find top name brand clothing at unspeakable prices at Big Rod Clothing. Mention UCE and save 10%.
All right, I'm standing here with Nick Malibu Martinez. Dude, that was an awesome fight. Why don't you tell me about that?
I had an awesome opponent. He rocked me in my lip, which made me think, ouch, I need to start fighting. And yeah, I just got to thank all the sponsors for making this possible. Mike, Aaron Garcia, he is the man. Team Unbreakable, supported by Sequoia, supported by Comfort Inn. We're over there, rock solid, economy floors. Everybody, thank you. And I got to thank all my fans, Marley, Brady, Mario, Chad, Brenna, Caleb, my dad, my Uncle John. I love y'all. I got punched in the head, so if I'm forgetting stuff, you know why. And yeah, all the viewers and everybody who supports fighting, keep it up.
All right, man, I think the only person you forgot was maybe Jesus or something like that, but hey, man, you got that in here?
Hey, we love each other.
Hey, man, that is awesome. Hey, you were outstanding tonight. That was a great fight. All right, he said he wanted a rematch. What do you think?
Yeah, just talk to my trainer. He's the one who says yay or nay. He's the man.
All right, there you go. Hey, man, outstanding fight. Once again, thanks very much.
All right, thank you.
Wow, no shortage of action in that fight. A great fight by both guys, but this time Nick Martinez coming out and getting it done with a submission in that first round.
Yeah, Ruben looked a little upset, but he had Tommy Gunn in the ring, making him feel a little better about it. And what a great person to have to do that, because Tommy Gunn didn't necessarily get off to the greatest start in the beginning either. He retooled, he came back. Hopefully he can give some of that wisdom and some of that guidance to his new training partner.
Sure, I mean, who of us who have actually really some challenging fights have gone undefeated. Losing, or not losing, but being beaten in the ring is part of the game. And the sooner you can get that under wraps and learn how to grow from that experience, the faster you're going to improve and get really good. So hang in there, Ruben. We'll see you next time, and tune in for more Ultimate Combat Experience.
All right, we're about to find out if Team Unbreakable is going to live up to their name and be unbreakable. They got one more guy coming in. Wes Spivey going up against who, Yamasaki?
L7, Andy Witt. Now, if anybody can put a kink in their plans, it's Andy. It's never pretty, but he always finds a way to win, or at least make it interesting. Team Unbreakable, here we go. There's a lot of pressure on this. Let's see what happens.
All right, Wes Spivey. It's been a little while since we've seen this kid, but this kid can fight. He can fight with the best of them. They call him Pretty Boy, and you can see why, Mullet.
Oh, he's got the perfect cheekbones, Mike. I wouldn't call him anything else.
He's got the perfect, all the bones, man. That kid's built like a fighter. He looks like he can handle himself, and has been every time we've seen him.
Yeah, Wes Spivey, 6 foot tall, coming in here out of Team Unbreakable again. These guys are good fighters, but he's going up against a scrappy kid in L7 Andy Witt.
Oh, this guy has rapidly becoming a favorite among Ultimate Combat fans. Scrappy's a great descriptor for him.
Yeah, definitely. Mike, 6 foot tall, 187 pounds. He says he's an independent fighter. I'd like to see the kid get into a gym and actually start training with a camp.
He comes into the gym here when he can. He's moved around a little bit, and just time doesn't permit him to do that. I don't think he has transportation, that kind of thing, but he does. When he does come in, he comes in, he works hard. He's just got a lot of heart, and that's something you just can't teach anywhere.
No, and he's got some good head movement, too. He's moving back and forth. Every time he sees a jab coming in, he's doing the right thing. And he doesn't seem to be intimidated at all standing across from Spivey.
He's not intimidated at all. He doesn't get intimidated, but he's getting punched on right now.
Yeah, it looked like Spivey was landing some good shots right there.
Spivey did land some shots, but the nice thing about Andy Witt is he doesn't really let you hit him flush, though. He is moving his head very nicely and moving his body as well.
Yeah, and Spivey doing a great job, too. Granted, he might not be landing every shot, but 1 out of every 5 shots, if that lands, you're still going to feel it.
Those are solid shots, yeah. Right here, good exchanges between the two of them. Neither one of them seem very interested in going to the ground at all. Maybe looking at a knockout from standing here.
Which, I personally wouldn't be opposed to seeing myself, Mike. I like seeing the knockouts sometimes, but I do like seeing a tactical game, too. So whatever way
so far
it's a good fight.
Tactics are being employed here on their feet. It's just a pretty clean stand-up match, clean as we've seen in a little while.
Yeah, Spivey, every time he comes in, he lands some punches, and he usually backs out. Right now, I wouldn't back out if I was him either. He's just going to town on this guy like a Killer Instinct video game, man.
Boy, he really did. Once he started lighting that up, he really went after it. And then now you've seen this quite a bit tonight. These unbreakable guys, they get your back and you're in trouble.
They've been doing such a great job transitioning. Once they get to the ground, these guys have all ended up in a full mount position and just started dropping bombs.
Yeah, that's a great observation. I'm not so sure whether it's them seeing that or their opponents have been giving that. One thing is that they've wound up there every time. So obviously there's something there.
Yeah, and definitely Spivey himself right here taking full advantage of the mount, just dropping bombs after bombs on this kid.
Now, the one thing we know about Andy Witt is he's a super durable fighter. I'm not sure what happened right there.
I think that was a referee stoppage there, Mike.
Oh, man.
I think maybe Dave just got a little tired.
No, they said the corner threw in the towel over there.
Did he? Oh, that was my bad, Mike.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I guarantee you that Andy Witt's not going to be happy with that stoppage because he's a durable kid and he'll fight through a lot of punishment, but his corner saw otherwise tonight.
Sometimes that's the corner's call. Sometimes they don't see things the same way you do.
No, I'll tell you what, I agree with the stoppage. I think that was a good stoppage, and Andy Witt might not be happy with it, but he was not getting anywhere very fast in that fight.
He was in a bad position, and Wes Spivey coming out here, the pretty boy, coming out getting a great win.
One thing we know for sure is he sure is pretty. Ain't no doubt about it.
So pretty, Mike. So pretty.
Skull Candy, the official headphones of the UCE. Check out their complete line of headphones and accessories at skullcandy.com.
Okay, so I'm standing here with Wes, the pretty boy Spivey. Wes, Spivey. My bad, buddy. All right, Wes, dude, that was an awesome fight, man. Did you ever used to play that game, Killer Instinct? You could do like a 97-hit combo? Because it was like I was watching that game all over again. How'd the fight go for you, man?
First off, I did play Killer Instinct, Super Nintendo.
Nice.
But yeah, the fight was good. Been working on my stand-up a lot, and it showed right there.
Yeah, it definitely showed, man. That was an outstanding fight. Team Unbreakable, man, you guys come in here and you live up to your name. Unbreakable tonight. That was outstanding. Is there anybody you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, first off, my trainer, Aaron Garcia, right over there. My teammates, Damien, Drew, Jesse, Robert, Tom, the guys from school. There we go. My friends and also my mom and dad. Love them very much, and everyone coming out. Thank you.
Outstanding, man. Hey, that was a great fight tonight. It's a great show from your camp. Thanks a lot for coming out, and look forward to seeing you come here again. Thanks a lot, bud.
For sure. Thank you.
All right, Team Unbreakable does it. They pull off a night of victories. They were unbroken. They swept the competition. What do you think, Yamasaki?
You know what? First of all, excellent job, Team Unbreakable. You guys did a great job tonight. I can't wait to see you guys fight again. And then at the same time, I have to put some props out to Rachel. She cornered for L7 tonight, and she did the right thing. You know, Dave was a little hesitant to stop the fight, and I really didn't see Andy doing anything to protect himself or be offensive in any way, shape, or form like he has in the past.
That's kind of his game plan, though, isn't it?
It is, but you know what? It's such a hard thing to throw the towel in and stop the fight for a fighter. And it just really shows you that there's a really caring group here, a group of individuals here in the corners of fighters. And you know what? He's going to be able to come back and fight again. And you know, but if you wait too long, you might not. So great job, Rachel. Great job, Andy, and especially great job, Team Unbreakable. Stay tuned. We have a main event. What's coming up?
We've got Kofi going up against Konrad Jones.
Muay Thai, Ultimate Combat Experience, coming at you.
what a treat. We've got such an exciting main event coming at you tonight. Two athletes going at it in Muay Thai. How did this bout come to be, Yamasaki?
Well, we've been grooming Conrad for quite some time now for a Muay Thai fight. We always like to have our guys fight, do some grappling tournaments, and fight some stand-up fights before we let them do MMA. It makes them a little tougher, a little bit more seasoned, and allows them to not be so paranoid about getting punched and having stuff thrown at their face. We had a couple of guys fall through with this fight too. They had heard that Conrad's a recent graduate of the Fighter Corps as well, and Kofi stepped up and took this fight last minute. Both of these guys, we know we've used Kofi to help Jake Paul get ready for fights. We know how explosive he is, and we've even hesitated. You and I have had many a late night conversations on the telephone discussing whether or not we are actually going to let this fight go through. But at the last minute, we decided, you know what? Conrad's done his work. He's trained hard. He graduated the Fighter Corps, the first one of the first guys in the last 2 years to actually make it through the program. And either way, this thing is going to be a barn burner.
This is. I have a feeling this is going to be a great fight. I'm so excited to see if Conrad's Muay Thai specific fight preparation stands up to Kofi's explosiveness and his fight experience. We're about to find out. Stay tuned.
How cool is that to kind of see the insight of what goes on behind the scenes and the days and weeks leading up to a fight like this? That was great insight to hear from this guy's corner and trainers, Rebar, Konrad Jones, the guys over at Mushin. Man, what a great camp that is.
Yeah, Konrad Jones, 5'10", 170 pounds, out of Hill Air Force Base. Mushin, man, these guys are outstanding. Like you said, I'm glad that they could give us a little rundown of what's been going through their heads as far as setting up this fight.
It's interesting that you say that, because the rundown is all because of this guy right here, little Rampage. This is his first kickboxing match. He's an MMAer. He's had 5 or 6 MMA fights. So it's, people are crossing lines here for this. This is a fight, since it was agreed upon, that I've literally been just excited as hell to see.
Oh yeah, me too, Mike. As soon as I saw this on the card when I was talking to you and you said it was going on, I've been excited. It's like these guys match up so good physically too. They're about the same height, same size, same weight, and I'm actually really excited for this one.
There are other similarities as well. But
I wasn't going there, Mike, but even their fighting style. First you come out here and Kofi catches a kick, starts landing some punches. Then Kofi throws a kick, gets caught, starts eating some punches. And then you see the MMA come out of the fighters.
Yeah, again, I think, Brian touched on it just a little bit in the pre-fight that Conrad was scheduled to fight somebody else. And, we got a little information. I mean, it just wasn't a good matchup. And I really respect the fact these guys stepped up and took this fight, because, wow, look, what a treat for the fighters and the fans at home. Between these two, it's going to be a great fight. So far, you can already see they match up very well against one another.
Oh, yeah, there doesn't seem to be anybody overpowering the other one. And Conrad doing a great job, even though he's got his back to the cage, working his hands up and getting the clinch position and not letting Kofi actually take too much advantage of having him against the cage.
Kofi doing a great job of kneeing the leg, both inside and outside thigh, staying busy while inside the clincher. I'd like to see Conrad kind of push his hips back and start working his knees a little bit.
Well, he just threw one, landed to the gut, but yeah, I totally agree with you, Mike. He's going to need to do more than just one.
Again, this is, that was very well timed by Conrad. As Kofi came up with a knee, he dumped him. And that's a great defense to a knee.
And it's a great way to break up the clinch, too, so you can start working some shots.
Another nice sweep there by Conrad. And really, those are kind of, they're not going to hurt your opponent, but it gets to where it becomes very tiresome to pick yourself up off the mat time and time again.
That, and it plays a lot into your head, too.
Sure does.
And I think maybe one of the reasons I thought that Kofi might have just done that was he was tired of eating some knees and stuff like that, started throwing them down because he was getting frustrated.
I'm just curious why they're wearing such huge boxing gloves. Man, those things are pillows out there. I'm not sure where that came from.
They're regulation, but there's some pretty thick regulation on that.
Whose regulations are they?
Athletic Commission, I don't know.
I don't know either. Those are got to be 16-ounce gloves. And I'm not sure what Kofi's doing, trying to take him down or what. But again, this is Kofi's first kickboxing match. He doesn't do kickboxing as a general. He's a pretty good boxer.
Conrad working his leg around, coming back with some heel kicks to the back of the calf. That was pretty nifty.
Conrad's a solid, he's top to bottom a solid fighter, man. He's got all the tools.
He's an intelligent fighter at that, too. He's not making a hold.
Oh, baby.
That
Wow.
was pretty, Mike.
That kick just grazing the head of Koffi Adzitso, man. Konrad Jones showing us he does have a lot of tools.
That was pretty, Mike. You don't see too many people going for a smooth backspin kick like that.
Just as quick as it came out, too, man. It was very well timed, very well placed. Beautiful kick.
Yeah, these guys, this is a good fight, Mike. I'm actually enjoying this a lot.
Whoa, a front kick to the face by both guys. A little exchange right there. Now, that round number 1, man, your guess is as good as mine with the sweeps and back and forth. That was a great, exciting first round.
Oh, that was outstanding. And like I said at the beginning of this fight, I said it looked like these guys matched up, and so far these guys match up pretty
They
good,
are
Mike.
looking at in the mirror at one another, aren't they?
I'm not going there.
Right, well, Brian Yamasaki kind of getting in there, and I'm not sure if he's working on a specific cut or anything. It looked like he had something in focus. Yeah, he's working on just setting him up and getting ready for round number 2 between Koffi Adzitso and Konrad Jones in a Muay Thai match.
Kofi's setting up some good combos here.
He looks like he is coming out a little more active with his hands this round, certainly than in the first round. He came out throwing some pretty good shots, but this is where I'm not sure that he wants to be, is in a tied up with Konrad Jones.
No, well, you saw he was coming out with that combo. Konrad threw the knee and grabbed on a clench, and then Kofi just threw him against the cage there. Kofi's a tough, athletic guy. And
tough, athletic guy that just got thrown.
Yeah, sometimes the head follows, or the body follows the head, but you know, he's staying busy no matter what position I've been seeing him in. He's been staying busy, and that's speaking a lot for the guy.
I still laugh at those big pillows right there, man. Oh, nice kick there. Nice body shot by Koffi Adzitso. Nice 1-2 right down the pipe by Kofi, and
he was doing a good job punching off the counter on that one, too.
He certainly seems to kind of be getting more measured and more comfortable in this fight.
Yeah, not as wild and not so much just too much adrenaline pump at the beginning of the fight. As you know, right now he's actually more calmed down and picking his shots. And
that's one of the slights on Kofi, is that he comes out, gets real excited, and burns out a lot of energy early in his fights.
And Conrad doing a good job, you know, while Kofi's ducking down so he can't get hit. He's coming around the back side of him and hitting him in the side of the ear.
Again, I'm not really sure why Kofi's doing that. He's burning a lot of energy, taking Conrad down. You see right there, that's a sign of fatigue. You put your hand over your head, and he's trying to open that rib cage up and get sucked for some air.
And you know, like we said at the beginning of this fight, Kofi doesn't train kickboxing, he trains MMA, and it's definitely starting to show up. You see him every time he starts getting frustrated, he starts going for that takedown.
You know, and as you become tired, you do kind of fall back on your training, but you know, you've got to not do that. You're in a kickboxing match. You got to realize that's where you're at.
Well, you know, some people, it's really hard sometimes, like you said, especially when you're fatigued, you go to what's natural. And for Kofi, punching's natural, but then when he's against the cage, so's taking him down.
You know, once again, Conrad just about landed a nice spinning kick and just didn't quite set it up or time it just right, but he's got a lot of tools, man. I'm not sure if he's getting tired as well, but I'd like to see him just kind of open up that treasure chest of techniques that you know that he's got, and just kind of maybe throw some different things out. That was a nice leg kick right there.
That was a beautiful leg kick, and then back to the takedown. But yeah, I'd like to see him start working some more combos and stuff, and trying to use the equal reach advantage that they both have, and just start teeing off a little bit more like Kofi's been doing to him.
Big combination right there by Kofi. That's a great way to finish the round. You know, Kofi's landed some pretty solid punches here. Again, a very, very close round. I mean, I think we got 2 rounds in the book, and boy, you know, both of them are very, very close. Could go either way, in my opinion.
Mike. You know, I'm for one. It's fights like these that I'm glad that I'm not a judge, because you know, I'm not gonna say I'm biased in any way, but these are really hard to judge.
They absolutely are. We got more judging, we got more fighting, we got it all when we come back. Welcome back to the Ultimate Combat Experience. If you're just joining us, we've got 2 of 3 rounds in the books in a Muay Thai match between Koffi Adzitso and Konrad Jones. And so far, Mullet, this has been one heck of a great fight.
Oh, this has been an outstanding fight. These guys are awesome. They come out each round.
Right
Kofi
there,
landed a big shot.
Short right hand drops Konrad Jones. He looks like he's still a little bit wobbly. He's going to take full advantage of the time that he's got. Wow, that was a big shot to start the 3rd round.
You know, Kofi actually came out swinging with some nice, crisp punches and just landed that beautiful short right. Dropped him.
Wow, good stuff right here. And Konrad, you can tell he's still just a little bit hurt.
Putting his hands up, doing a good job keeping his hands up there. But
Kofi going right back to what he's been criticized for this entire fight, going for takedowns. And it's not an MMA match. Kofi can't be doing that.
But you can see the fatigue on him as soon as he let go. He went to a squatting position. He's fatigued, and I think that's the biggest reason that he keeps going for those takedowns. But
you know, that does. I mean, in MMA, sometimes you get a little breather if you take a guy down, but this is not a mixed martial arts match, man. And I applaud the Mushin guys for having their guys fight different styles of fights before they step into an MMA match, because they are so well-rounded and well-versed. This Konrad Jones is going to be a holy terror when he decides to take the leap into MMA.
Oh, I definitely agree with you, Mike, 100%.
What just happened right there?
I think Kofi got tired of getting punched in the face with those little short rabbit punches and just, he just sat down. He's getting the 8 count right now.
Ruled out a knockdown, and that was very, very strange to me. I don't know what happened and why Kofi sat down.
Oh, looked like Conrad just tried for a Superman punch there.
He sure did.
I love these guys out of Mushin. And this Konrad kid, like you said, he is a tough kid. And, you know, what you were saying about the Mushin wanting their guys to fight kickboxing matches and stuff first, I agree 100%, because you don't get those rest periods that you do in MMA.
What about this that's going on here again? I'm not really sure. Again, Kofi found himself on the ground, and this is very, very strange. The 3rd round is making a very, what's been a great fight into a very kind of strange circumstance. And I'm not sure Dave knows quite how to deal with it.
He's trying to do the best he can by, pressing the action, getting them standing up so they start doing it again. But
I'm as perplexed as Dave is. And I'll be honest with you, it's just a very strange circumstance, and I'm not sure why Kofi
Superman
continues to do that.
Well, like we've been saying this whole time, Mike, MMA, if that's what you train for, that's what you're comfortable with. You step outside of your box and you start doing something that you're not as comfortable in, and you start getting fatigued. And when you fatigue,
to me, that's excuses. I don't know that I necessarily buy into that. Kofi's got great stand-up. He's a boxer. He does good boxing. So I have a hard time believing that's what's going on here. It's just he's got to stay stand-up in a stand-up fight, and right here is what he's doing very, very well. Is standing back and punching. Whenever he clinches up, he seems very, very uncomfortable there.
It doesn't seem like he likes tying up, and he just, like I said, it's every time he gets to the cage, when Conrad's back is against the cage, Kofi starts going for those that was a beautiful kick by Conrad, too.
Interesting finish. Looks like Conrad didn't want to send this to a judge's scorecard by throwing that kick at the end. He wanted to see if maybe he could finish it with a big KO, but not to be the case. That was a great fight. It should be very, very interesting to see what the judges have to say about this. It was just one of those very strange 3rd rounds that make it hard to say what they're gonna say. Let's listen to see what the judge had to say about it. Oh, Kofi comes away with a big win, and gosh, that was a great fight, and Kofi beating a kid that I think is really got a bright, tremendous future in this sport. Tyler Ayers Law Firm is a proud sponsor of the UCE. Call them for legal help at 255-5555.
I'm standing here with Konrad Rebar Jones. Konrad, that was an awesome fight. Back and forth, back and forth. I want to hear how you felt about the fight. I want to hear it from your mind, man. How was it?
That was awesome. He's a gamer, man. I think I could go another one.
I'll bet you could, man. You guys are in some good shape down there at Mushin, man. They teach you guys right. Hey, is there anybody you want to thank tonight?
I want to thank all my training partners that gave their weekends up, their time to come in and do this. Dan, Kinsey, Shane, Jake Paul. Man, if I'm forgetting anybody, I'm sorry. Just too many to list.
All right, man. Now, hey, I heard a little rumor that you're in the Air Force. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
So where are you stationed at, buddy?
I'm up at Hill Air Force Base.
Up at Hill Air Force Base, and well, God bless you, man. I'm not even going to say it tonight. That was an awesome fight. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thanks.
All right, I'm standing here with Kofi, Little Rampage Adzitso. Dude, that was a slugfest, man. How do you feel about the fight?
Man, it's good. You know, this is my first Muay Thai. You know, I don't know anything about kicking, but, you know, if it comes to hands, I'll knock you out.
That was awesome, man. Hey, so I noticed that, you know, your MMA game was coming to play a little bit there. It's kind of hard when you train for one thing to go do another, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. I keep trying to like, take him down, submit him, but, you know, this is Muay Thai, so you can't do that.
Outstanding, man. Hey, is there anybody you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank Victor Tires, Mike Stadium, all my fans out there, baby, my coaches, my training partner. Combat Cartel, baby. I do what I does, baby. I do what I does.
Outstanding, man. Hey, that in my eyes, man, that so far has been the fight of the night. That was outstanding. Thank you so much. And, you know, you're going to be back, right?
Yeah, I'll be back. I'm always here, baby. I train 24/7, 2-a-days, you know. I'm here every day, baby. Want to thank Mike Stadium, Tony, everybody, baby.
Outstanding, man. This guy's got the right attitude. Thanks a lot for coming out tonight. That was an outstanding win. And good luck with everything, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Woo! Man, what can I say? That was a freaking war. That was more than I could ever expect out of those guys. That was a phenomenal fight.
Yeah, I don't usually get so excited about Muay Thai, but I think that was one of the best fights I've seen in a long, long time.
I built up a sweat just screaming for those guys. I mean, we saw everything. Spinning heel kicks, teeps to the face, dumps, throws, punches, knockdowns, you name it. It was in that fight.
That was a total war, and oh my gosh, what a great main event. So what do you think, Yamasaki? You agree with the decision?
You know what? It's hard to say. I really don't care. You know, we wanted Conrad to come in here and get 9 minutes of experience. He did it. He was untested. He went up against a very explosive, determined, hardened veteran, and he proved himself to me and hopefully all of our fans out there. And I couldn't be more proud. Decisions, that's for the judges. We're here to train our guys and see them do well, and he did.
He did. Great work, Conrad. You put up an awesome fight. Back and forth battle all the way, and props to you, Kofi. That was phenomenal. Way to come in there and take a Muay Thai fight when you're you know, an MMA fighter. That was awesome. I don't know what else to say. I'm so excited about it.
That was a ridiculous great fight. Well, tune in. We've got more next week on the Ultimate Combat Experience. What else do we got going on?
Well, we've got our forum up and running, so you can check us out at Mushin Self-Defense, and then Yamasaki installed a little button there. You click on it, it takes you right to the forum.
Come in and check it out. We're talking about the fights. We're talking about the techniques they use in those fights. And we've got fight predictions going on for the UFC and all sorts of other great stuff. Check it out, mushinselfdefense.com/forums.
Hey, and I'd also like to thank Team Unbreakable. Way to step up. You guys provided half the card tonight. Your fighters all won. If you're in the Payson area, I think these are the guys to go see if you're interested in getting trained, which is what you should do if you want to get into this sport.
And thanks for the Ultimate Combat Experience. You know, they do such a great job bringing these underage cards out. I mean, no one else is doing it. And this is the chance for these guys that have been watching at home, the younger generation, to come out and get some experience. I mean, guys like Austin and Kensei, just imagine where they're going to be when they get legal, 21. They're already going to have this experience under their belt, and you guys at home, you fans, are going to benefit from that. Thank you so much, Mike Stem and the Ultimate Combat Experience.
That's another episode of the Ultimate Combat Experience, and it's a wrap.